What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So we're back at it again, working on this motor today. My goal is to go ahead and get this cam swapped out. I tried cleaning it up a little bit, so I still got to clean the areas. These areas, I already did the other side, but what I'm about to do is I'm gonna go ahead and take off this rocker arm assembly. So I'm gonna take off the rocker arm assembly and the push rods, and I'm gonna put everything in order. I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna sit it right here on the table. This side will be the passenger side, that side will be the driver's side. So that way nothing to get mixed up. That way I can go ahead and take everything out and put everything right back in. So I gotta start off with taking these three off, but you gotta make sure it's top dead center, which it is. If you can see, there's the dot right there. And you may not be able to see it, but right there is the other dot. It's got like a little oil speck right there, so you can't see it, but they are completely lined up. That lets you know that your motor is top dead center. That means the piston right here is at the top, and as well as you can see, this little nub that the cam has will be at your 3 o'clock position. So that'll let you know that your motor is top dead center. And then once we start pulling this stuff off, I do need to run to the store to get the wooden dowels that I can stick in to hold up the lifters as I pull out the cam. So I'll probably run to the store real quick and grab that, but I am gonna go ahead and start disassembling it. So I'll go ahead and take off this the rockers, and we're gonna get to it. I still need to paint the gas tanks, so I might go ahead and sand them up today as well, clean them and sand them. As you can see, they got this residue stuff that's all on them. It's like really sticky. So I gotta clean them all up, then I'm gonna sand them, and then I'm gonna primer them, and then I'm gonna paint them all black. So that's the plan. I am going to drop the tanks in my truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop these 2 tanks. So I'm gonna do that today. Yeah, so we're making a little progress. I need to go ahead and get this over with. I'm tired of seeing all this stuff in the garage, so it's time to get it going. All right, I'll be back in a minute. So the time has come to go ahead and take this thing out. Take out the cam. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cam swap now. So what I need to do is I gotta take out these 3 bolts, and then the cam retaining plate will be behind it, and then I'll take off those bolts, and then I'll be able to take the cam out. Once I get to that process, I'll show you why I got the wooden dowels to stick in so it can hold up the lifters. So let me take this out and I'll come back. So next, I have to take out the retaining. This is the cam retaining plate, which holds the cam in there. These 4 bolts. So I'll take off those. As you can see on this, when I took out the sprocket, it lines up right there in the 3 o'clock. So that lets you know the timing. And there's the timing mark right there, which lines up with the mark there. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take the cam out, and once I take this cam out, and I put the new one in, I'll turn it to 3 o'clock, the little dial on it right there, and then I'll line this up to get the timing back aligned perfectly. So let me take this cam retaining plate off, and then we'll stick those dials in. We'll turn it to get the lifters to go back in the trays, and then we'll put the wooden dials in. All right, so back again. So what I did was I took off the cam retaining plate. They recommend that when you take this off, you go ahead and replace it. So I did order a new one. So I have a new plate, and as well as some ARP bolts that I'll be putting in. And then I took these out of my water pump, my old water pump, so I can spin the cam. The cam should spin freely because I already took the rockers arms and the push rods out. So now, I'm looking in there inside the engine, you can see the cam turning. So as soon as I turned it, I saw all the lifters go up. So you can, so they all did go up, but to prevent them from coming out, from prevent them from falling down, I picked up these wooden dowels. I picked them up from Home Depot last night. It's the 5/16 by 48. What I'll do, I picked up two, but I only need one. I'm gonna cut it in half. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna stick the dowels right here. So I'm gonna stick the dowels in here and as well as right here. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna go all the way to the back of the engine, and that's gonna hold the lifters up in the tray. Because the last thing I need is for a lifter to fall and to fall down. So, and now I gotta do a lot more work than what I had to do previously. So yeah, so I'm gonna get to that. And the cam is spinning freely. It's actually ready to come right out. Like it's really smooth. So I guess that's a good sign. So let me get to this. I'm gonna get these wooden dowels in, and then I'll get a video of me taking this out. So before I take out the old cam, I'm gonna go ahead and prep this one. So this is the BTR Stage 2 V2 cam that I got in BTR. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to clean this up. I'm gonna clean it up with some brake clean. So I'm gonna get this all nice and clean because there's little things here and there on it. So I'm gonna clean it up, and then I'm gonna oil it up with this ultra slick engine assembly lube. So I'm gonna lube all the lobes, all of them, and get it all nice and lubed up so I can stick it right back in. So, all right, I'm gonna clean this up, and then next video you'll see me pulling it out. All right, y'all, so at this point I got the wooden dowels. What I did, I cut it in half, so it was 48 inches. So now I'm gonna stick them in. I already spent the cam, and once I spent the cam, on the thing there. Once I spin the cam, all the lifters went up and it's spinning freely. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick these wood dowels in these holes right here and go all the way to the back of the engine. So this should, from what I read, it should go in freely. If not, that means there's a lifter there, or, uh-oh, got one. All the way to the back, and it is moving freely. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the cam. I already lubed up the cam over here. I already lubed up the cam here. So now all I gotta do is pull this one out and put this one in. So I put the water pump bolts in there so I can have something to grab on. All right, so we're getting it to come out. So it come nice and slow and easy. So you won't damage the cam bearings. She goes. She's almost out. And there's the stock cam. No nicks on it or anything. Looks all nice and smooth. So now I'm gonna take these water pump bolts out and I'm gonna put them in the new cam so I can have some kind of leverage. I'm gonna stick this one in. Ooh, that stuff is sticky. So now I'm gonna go back in with it. Oh, okay, I didn't even notice that. It's got the BTR Stage 2 on it. And boom, we in there. So now that I got the cam in, it is spinning freely. So what I'll do is I'm gonna take these out so it can drop the lifters. Well, the lifters still shouldn't drop until I put the push rods in and push them through. So I'm gonna take out the wooden dowels and I'm gonna start putting it back together. All right. So at this point, after we got the cam in, just gonna go ahead and take these dowels out. They do slide right out. And like I said, these were in only to hold up your lifters from falling down as you take out the cam. So, all right, I'm gonna start putting it back together. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I got everything prepped up. So I got my new retaining plate, cam retaining plate. I put a little oil on the gasket. That's the plate, and then it did come with the ARP bolts. So I'm gonna put those bolts in, and then I'm gonna torque them down. The direction says it need to be torqued to 25 foot-pounds, so that's what I'll be torquing it down to. So I'll get these put in and torqued, and I'll be back. So I got it all put back on. Everything lined up perfectly. I torqued the bolt, so I torqued the cam retaining plate. The ARP bolts that it came with said the 25 foot-pounds. Came with this little paper, and it tells you to torque it to 25 foot-pounds. So that's what I did for the cam retaining plate and those bolts, and then I torqued the sprocket bolts down to 26 with my torque wrench. So that's good. I did clean up this. I need to clean up the valley cover a little bit, so I'm gonna clean up this surface. I cleaned up this side. So now I'm gonna clean up this side. So I'm gonna do some more cleaning. But what I need to do next is I need to change out the springs. So that'll be my next. I'll probably knock that out tomorrow. Today, I just want to go ahead and at least get the cam swapped out. So I did that. Here's the old cam. I'll probably put it back in this box and let that sit. And yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for this video. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching. If it's your first time, please subscribe to the channel. I got more stuff coming up for my projects. And yeah, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. And like the video as well. And I'll check with y'all next time.